May I introduce you to my new most prized possession? Hi friends, welcome or welcome back. I'm MC and I don't know what I'm supposed to say right now. Hi friends, welcome or welcome back. I'm MC, a knit and crochet designer and yarn dyer from Connecticut, and you can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as Blame the Knots, on my website, blametheknots.com, and of course right here on YouTube where you can get to know me a little bit better. Today we are here for episode 56 of the podcast. I am filming this on Monday, September 8th, and if you're new here, what we do around these parts is we talk about what I've been knitting and crocheting and spinning and making in any other capacity that I feel like talking about. So grab your project, grab a drink, grab a snack, whatever you want. I actually think today might be a quick one, so you might be able to hang out with me on your lunch break or something, because we actually don't have a ton to talk about. So let's get right into it with what I'm wearing, and that is something you have not seen me wear yet because it has been too hot, but this is the Netty sweater. I'm going to try to, oh gosh, okay. This is the Netty sweater, and this is a new design that will be releasing Friday, September 12th, the day that this video goes live. And this is a DK weight pattern. I made this particular sample with some hand spun of my own. This was a one of a kind, 100% Jacob braid of fiber, or two braids of fiber, called On the Road from Wee Chickadee Wool Co. And I spun it up into a DK weight yarn and made myself a Netty sweater. And I also will be releasing a Netty vest, which is a fingering weight vest version of this same pattern. So both of those will be releasing this Friday, maybe the day that you're watching this. If you're watching it after this video comes out, then the pattern has already been released and you can go grab them. This is, I think this, the Netty sweater, is probably, like, so far at least, the pattern that the most people were begging me for, because I actually made my first sample of this last year. I finished it in, I think, January, but I started it in like September or October of last year. And I was just working on it for a while and I didn't know what it was going to become. I was just kind of having fun and playing around, and people have been begging me for it for a while. So it is finally here and you can grab one for yourself. Well, you can grab the pattern and make one for yourself. We are jumping straight into works in progress today because I have nothing finished to show you. I have finished absolutely nothing since the last time I recorded. Now I am recording this a little bit earlier than I have been lately, so it hasn't quite been a full 2 weeks, but still, you'll see why though. The first thing I have to show you is exciting, but also a little silly that it's not done yet. But this, oh my goodness, it's really wrinkled because I have been neglecting it. Oh my gosh. This is my hanky tanky. I have officially decided to call it that. And this is done, basically, almost, except for some finishing things. It has a, this is very hard to show you. It has a hanky hem here down at the bottom that is currently rolling because it hasn't been blocked yet, but it comes down to a point and oh my gosh, it fits so good. It has some waist shaping, and all I need to do is put an I-cord around the neck and the armholes. And as you can see from all the wrinkles in here, this has been sitting in a bag for a while. I finished it very shortly after the last time I spoke to you. I think I was almost done with the waist shaping. So really I just did like the little point at the bottom and then bound off the body, and I have not touched it since. This, I am using, oh boy, this is a mess. I am using some hand spun, and this is, wow, so much of this came undone. This is, what is it called? Oh my gosh. My Bad and Meh from Agem Fiber Arts. I spun this up myself and plied the two together, and I love it so much. I love it, but I feel very silly that I haven't finished it yet because it's really not that hard. And I've had several friends, I've talked to several friends that have been like, oh, just finish that up and then you'll feel so good. And then you can work on whatever else. And I have been ignoring them every single time because I don't know why. Well, I do, but I am afraid that it is going to be too cold by the time I get around to finishing this. If this pattern, no, project, wow, where are my words? If this project is not done by the next time I talk to you, we have a serious problem and you all need to come for me, okay? But it will be, I promise. The reason that I haven't been working on it is because I have been working on this baby, and this has had some serious work done to it. This is a new design. This will be, hopefully, if all goes well, releasing in December. This is my boucle dress. This does not have a name yet. And the last time I showed it, I was like here, I think. I was maybe like here, partway through my waist shaping, and it did not have sleeves. So what I have done since the last time I saw you, first of all, I had the collar on last time, but I didn't like the way it was sitting. So I took out the collar and I re-knit the collar. Then I picked up a sleeve and knit the whole thing, picked up a second sleeve, knit the whole thing, joined back in the round, finished the waist shaping to finish the body, knit the waistband, and now I am almost at the point where I can add in short rows for the derriere region for some shaping in the back of the dress, and then I will just be knitting in the round until I get to the hem. And I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Okay. I'm not loving it. I'm a little bit bored now because I'm just going in circles, and I had like a foot of stockinette. I've gotten a couple inches of it done, but you know, a foot of stockinette in the round is just daunting, and it kind of feels like you're knitting forever and like not making any progress. So I was getting a little bit bored, but I kind of put the hanky-tanky aside because I was figuring if I have the motivation to work on this, I need to go with that. I need to roll with it. I need to focus on this. So I know the hanky-tanky will take me 5 minutes, longer than 5 minutes, but not long to finish up. But I just don't want to put this down because I'm worried that if I put this down, I won't come back to it. So we are getting there. It fits so good. It fits so good. And I can't wait. I'm hoping that this will be done by the next time I see you as well. I'm hoping both of these projects will be completely done by the next time I see you, and I will have a new cast on to talk to you about. But yeah, we're just chugging along. I'm gonna have to try it on after this podcast, after I film, and make sure that we're in a good place, and then proceed to the next step of my instructions. I am using on my Bodacious Boucle base, this is Don't Cry Shop Girl, and for the contrast we have Kerfuffle on my No Duh DK. Both of these are available in the shop. I don't think I have any ready to ship, but they are both available as dyed to order. And I am hoping to have a tester call for this coming within the next 2 weeks. Definitely before the end of the month. Hopefully not the last week of the month, hopefully the week before that. I really want to try and get this done within a week and then get it tech edited and get a test call going so that everyone has plenty of time to work on this. But I'm imagining like I feel like my color combination I picked is slightly more casual, but I think I can dress it up if I want to. But I'm also imagining people making this for like holiday parties, you know, imagine it in like a really good cranberry red, with just maybe even the same color that's boucle and DK, or like a green, a deep Christmassy green, or I don't know, something really fun for like a New Year's party or something like that. I can't wait to get this done and to get it out there into the world. Do I have anything else to say about this? I don't think so. So that's it. Literally all that I have been working on. I worked on my hanky-tanky for all of an hour since the last time I saw you, maybe not even that. And I've just been working on this dress forever and ever and ever. And if you have any ideas for names, leave them down below. I would love to hear what you think, or like what it makes you think of. I can't believe how fast that went. Only 2 works in progress, no finished objects, barely anything to talk about, and we're done. Now, let's talk quickly about the shop, because this should also go fast as well. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the episode, the Netty sweater and Netty vest will be releasing this Friday, September 12th. So make sure you are on the newsletter so that you get notified for any future releases. If you are watching this and you're not already on the newsletter, then you've probably missed the newsletter with this release. But make sure you're there so you don't miss any future ones or future testing calls or anything like that. And if you sign up for the newsletter, you get a 10% discount code for my shop and my Ravelry patterns. So sign up, get the code a few minutes later in your inbox, and then go shopping for your patterns. I also wanted to show you something, bring back something that hasn't been around for a while because it is now in testing. And I just want to make sure that no one has forgotten about it. I know some people haven't, because I had some people that were really excited to test it. But this is officially now named the Scribble sweater. It did not have a name the last time that I showed it to you, but this is a design that will be coming out in November. I used, I was kind of stash busting with this a little bit. I had a skein of the Periwinkle Sheep Purpose, and then I held it with, well, I had 2 skeins of that. I held them with my own For Sure fingering base in Milk Mustache, which is undyed yarn, and made this really fun marl, and it has these really fun little garter pops and contrast little pops at all of the edges, and it is one of the comfiest things that I've ever put on. I'm hoping it's not cold enough for me to wear this next time I film, but maybe I'll end up wearing this next time. I love it very much. It is currently in testing, and I just wanted to kind of remind you all that it's out there and it will be coming, so that I'm not just suddenly in November like, hey, here's a sweater, and everyone's like, what? I didn't even know that was a thing that existed. And then the last thing that I want to mention really quickly for the shop is that a fan favorite from last year is back, and Zoinks is back in the shop as a dyed to order option. Of course, if I end up with any extras, there will be some ready to ship, but right now there is none. It is only dyed to order. This is yarn inspired by the Mystery Machine, and it was really popular last year. I had set aside some skeins for myself. I had set aside some fiber for myself to spin, and I kept getting people just asking, or like, do you maybe have any more? Could I maybe have just a little bit? And so I ended up with none. Not that I can't diet for myself at any point in time, but I ended up with none, and I will definitely be dyeing some up for myself this year. Potentially some fiber to spin too, because I have seen it spun up and it is so good. This will also glow under black light. It is fluorescent. So it is a really fun colorway and I love it so much. Available on all of my bases and fiber. And just like that, we are at the life section of the podcast. So life has been a little wild the past couple of weeks. Not bad, just a bit unpredictable. I believe I don't think I remembered to mention this in my last podcast, but if you follow me on Instagram, I had a wild thing happen just before I filmed my last podcast. So technically it wasn't within the past 2 weeks, but whatever. I had a new spinning wheel, a vintage spinning wheel, come into my life. I will pop a picture here if I have one. I don't think it's a great picture, but I will pop it in so that you can see. And that will be making more appearances on this channel coming soon. I'm looking at it right now and I'm so excited to get my hands on it. It's very cool. It's a very cool story. I will explain it more at another point in time. And other than that, the office is pretty much done, mostly done. As you can see, I still don't really have much decor behind me. I do have a new friend. This is potentially my new favorite item that I own. He will have a name. I do have a name in mind, but I have another lamp. This is a lamp, if you couldn't tell. I do have another lamp coming, and I would like their names to go together. And I feel like I can't name the other lamp until it arrives, and I really, do a vibe check on it. So I'm holding off on naming this one. But if you have name ideas for my little man, he sits, and he like hangs his head. He's so cute. If you have any name ideas, let me know. Anyway, I am officially moved in completely into this office. All of my stuff is here. I am working in this office full time and it feels so good, but there's still just a little bit to be done here and there, some touch-ups, some, I need to get things on the walls. I have a slip cover ordered for this. Just some little last touches and stuff. So I'm hoping that I will have a video showing you the whole thing and the whole process of moving in here next week. That should be next week's video. And then at some point in the future, I think I will do like an actual detailed tour if people really want to know like where I got everything and stuff and all the behind the scenes of everything in this office if you're interested. But another really fun thing about having my office set up is that I finally have a spot for my Nintendo Switch to be set up, which I have had my own for several years and it has never really had a place to live, and now I can sit here and I can play and it's really fun. So I've been getting back into that a little bit and enjoying it quite a lot. And I'm having a really good time existing in my office at the moment. So yeah, it's been fun. Okay, that just leaves us with books and we don't have much to talk about this week. And it was kind of a disappointing couple weeks of reading, unfortunately. So the first thing that I read since we spoke last is Walking Practice by Dolki Min. This is a translated work and oh my gosh, I should have looked it up. I knew this and now I can't remember. I believe it is Korean that it was originally written in. And this book is not for the faint of heart. It is gory and explicit, and it is about an alien that is trying to figure out how to exist on Earth. And I guess I would say just read a little bit more about it. If you think you might be interested, read some reviews and stuff. It is incredibly explicit and gory and gross. Not in a bad way, just in a way that's maybe not for everyone. But I will say that the narrator of this book, shoot, I can't remember their name. Nikki Endres, I think. Endres? Nikki Endres, that's what they said. Holy cow. They killed it. They killed it. There are some interesting things done with language throughout the book, and wow, I think honestly I highly recommend, if you are going to read this book, to listen to it. They did such a good job. It was such a performance. It was amazing. They brought so much life and feeling to this character. So yeah, I gave this 4 stars. It wasn't necessarily for me, but I definitely saw the value in the book. So I was back and forth between 3 and 4 stars for a while, and I just really think it was good, just maybe not fully for me. So I settled on 4 stars. Next, I read One Perfect Couple by Ruth Ware, and this is about a couple. Really, it's told from the point of view of just one woman, and she goes with her boyfriend on a reality TV show. It was kind of inspired by Love Island. And then catastrophe happens, and you're kind of following the cast of this TV show as they are dealing with being stranded on this island. I gave this 2 stars. I really, really didn't like it. And I'm very sad and disappointed in that fact, because I love Ruth Ware. I love her very much. I have defended her to people that don't like her. And this was such a letdown. It really, like, it was still written well. It was still, you know, classic Ruth Ware writing style. But it honestly felt more like a literary fiction where you're just following people dealing with a really hard time in their life than an actual mystery thriller. There was nothing mysterious about it. I knew what the deal was from the beginning. It's very easy to figure out. There's nothing mysterious about it. It just felt like people dealing with tragedy, which is fine, but then don't market it as a mystery, you know? So 2 stars, unfortunately. Really, really upset me from Ruth. Oh, it broke my heart. It broke my heart. Next up, I read Freak's Law by Jane Flett, and this one, you know, like, walking practice was weird and I still ended up liking it. This one was weird and it was not my kind of weird. This is about a carnival of freaks. They call themselves the Freak's Law. It is, you know, the bearded lady and contortionists and things like that. And they travel around, and they have decided to seek revenge, or at least that's what the synopsis says. Honestly, I think this cover looks so cool, the synopsis sounds so cool, and this book just did not deliver. It was weirdly graphic and explicit and gory in ways that it just didn't need to be, and the story itself, the plot, was kind of lacking. It was just not my kind of weird. So I give this 2 stars, and it was a bit disappointing. And then the final book that I read is Leave the World Behind by Rumaan Alam, and this is about a family that is renting an Airbnb on Long Island for a summer vacation, and suddenly some people knock on the door and they say, sorry, this is our house. There's something weird going on out in the world. Can we come in? Can we come home and stay here? Like, you can stay if you want, but like we have nowhere else to go. And it's the story of all these people trying to exist together and figure out what's going on. This was made into a movie with Julia Roberts in it that is now on Netflix, and I just watched the trailer and it looks good, but it also looks nothing like what the book is about. The book is very I can't think of the word. It like lets you kind of leaves room for your imagination to kind of fill in the pieces, and I feel like that's hard to turn into a movie, so they kind of filled in the pieces a little bit in the movie, or at least that's what it looks like from the trailer. So I gave this 3 stars. It was good. Like, there's no doubt that this author is a good writer, is a good storyteller, but it was also just a little bit too ambiguous for me and my personal tastes. So that is all I have read. I am working on reading some things now that are, at least so far, going better, and I'm enjoying them. So anyway, thank you so much for stopping by to chat with me for a little bit today. And don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel so that you get to see any videos that I post in the future. And if you want to see what my new office looks like, you'll get to see it next week. So make sure you subscribe so that you get notified. And until next time, take care of you, and I will see you later. Bye.